First clip is the short, so it's gonna be real short.
Betrayal trauma is long-term enough, is sort of has this really kind of big wide web around it, that in essence, a person experiencing betrayal trauma will say, I was married to a stranger, or my family member is a stranger, or it's just sort of this what just happened kind of thing.
Yeah.
And a person kind of walking through their life kind of hollowed out, looking like a deer in the headlights, because it's not just as simple as somebody wakes up one day and says, you know what, this marriage isn't working anymore, it's not that, and you're kind of sad, like, where did this come from? But there is no other person. You really, truly did grow apart. This is something very, very different, sort of deceit upon deceit upon deceit.
Ooh, wow. Woo, this is going to be heavy tonight. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. You already know who that was. That was Dr. Ramani. This topic, once again, like, I want to shout out all of the people in the chat room, all of the people all over the nation who call in on a regular, sharing their thoughts, their opinions, their perspectives, and also their topics. I get a lot of topics from people all over the country who really enjoy the show. They want me to dig deep on different topics. And what's really heavy about tonight's topic is that I'm a perpetrator. I believe that I have caused betrayal trauma. And doing the work, and I'm saying betrayal trauma in my woman, you know, and possibly, and I would say most definitely, in many women I've dated. You know, this is a moment of transparency. And when you dig down on a topic like this, like when you dig down on a topic like this, you become enlightened to the impact of, you know, your behavior and how that behavior affects, you know, somebody who cares and or cared about you. Heavy topic, man. Is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? Is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? And before I get into these questions, listen, don't forget, man, this is a non-judgmental space. Okay? Your opinions of your experiences matter to me here. You will not be judged. You will not be disrespected. I'm not here to try to correct you on your expression of your experience. But you cannot call in here and curse. That's one thing you can't do. But I want to go into these questions, man, because people forget too, the betrayer gets wounded as well. Especially if the betrayer loves the betrayed. 1-800-920-15. It is. Listen, are you ready? Are you ready? 1-800-920-1580. Let's go. Is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? A deeper look at the effects of betrayal trauma within intimate relationship. Whoa, heavy topic. True or false? To a deeply hurt and unhealed person, a sincere and remorseful apology has very little meaning. 1-800-920-15. I don't even... Andy, did you hear that question? Wait, hold on. To a deeply hurt and unhealed person, a sincere and remorseful apology has very little meaning. True or false? Agree or disagree? Our partners, virtually incapable of empathizing with their significant other's pain that came from their partner's act of betrayal. In other words, the betrayer feels a certain kind of pain if they love their partner, but can the partner who has been betrayed empathize with their pain? Is it possible? Should they even consider empathizing with the betrayer's pain because of his action? 1-800-920-1580. What does betrayal trauma do to a person's brain? 1-800-920-1580. Call me. What factors motivate a person to betray someone? In my case, fear. In my case, it was fear. When I met the person of my life, I was with somebody. And my fear of losing the person that I met made me lie about it. Just outright lied about it. Are you seeing somebody? No. Are you with somebody? No. And although the relationship moved forward, that lie came back like a radioactive isotope and contaminated the whole union. Listen. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines tonight. Call me. See, listen. Sometimes, we get in here and we have real discussions. And sometimes I'll sprinkle a little bit of me in the discussion. I'm going to sprinkle a lot of me in the discussion tonight because what I want people to understand is this is part of dating a human being. See, I see very few people really talking about what it means to date another human. We want to date a fantasy. We want to date a desired outcome, but we really don't know how to date people, right? Because in the relationship with ourselves, we mistreat parts of ourselves. So in mistreating parts of yourself, which is the most important relationship you're ever going to have, you're bound to mistreat your significant other. A lot of people do not want to stand in that realization. I have mistreated parts of myself internally by being indifferent to them, by not acknowledging them, by not embracing the different aspects of myself that I don't approve of, that I don't like. And in so doing that, I've got a toxic relationship going on with myself. I'm not afraid to talk about it. And I've been Listen, can I tell you, I've been working on myself for over 30 years. And I still have bouts, with my own humanity. Listen to me now. What factors? Are y'all listening to me tonight? I want to be transparent and honest with you tonight. And I want you guys to do the same with me. I want you to call me and I want you to share. This is a very powerful question. Is betrayal always purposeful? I will answer that question with this quote. The uses of sorrow. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. That quote is by Mary Oliver. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Call me. Is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? A deeper look at the effects of betrayal trauma within an intimate relationship. What are some emotions that arise when someone what are some of the emotions that arise within someone before and after a betrayal? What role did your previous wounds play in the creation of this new wound? Wow. What are 3 things you failed to pay attention to prior to the betrayal? 1-800-920-1580, 1580. Get to me, 1-800-920-1580. Call me from all over the country. We want to have a national discussion on this. What processes have you developed in order to reconcile from the inside out? How does your betrayer feel after betraying you? Whew. Does the hurt from betrayal ever go away? What does betrayal do to your sense of self, your self-esteem, and your self-worth? How do you resolve betrayal trauma? Are these not powerful? Andy, are these some crazy questions? Wow. If you betray yourself, is that a guarantee you're going to betray your significant other? You know, it's really powerful. What if you created a self-betrayal journal where you kept notes on every time you betrayed yourself? Would this not be the primer for how to avoid betraying your significant other? When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to set this mug on fire. Thank you, Nzinga. Thank you, Nzinga. Thank you for setting off the super chat first. Listen, I keep telling you guys, man, a real shadow ban is happening. 72,000 subscribers. 72,000 subscribers. And only 27 people in here. That means people are not getting notifications. That's all that means. Because when people see me on the street, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. When people see me out, yo, the Zoe What Morning Show. Again, people know the show. They know the brand. They know what's up. So I'm just letting you know, when you come in here and you see 29 people on a YouTube channel that has 72,000 subscribers and has been held at 72,000 subscribers for damn near 3 years, since COVID, just know what it is. It's not the content, it's YouTube. So all I'm asking you guys to do is hit the like button, share this video. If you even hear a quote or something you like, loop it up, right? Make a video of it and put it out there and let people know, like, yo, this is a show y'all should be watching. You understand? But I just want y'all to know this content is A1. What's crazy is this is just the YouTube channel. If we get, if you look at my numbers on podcasts, they're crazy. The number on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, all these numbers. If you look up, I'm in the top 3% of the top 3.2 million podcasts in the world. The Voice of Reason is top 3%. So people all over the world are listening to this podcast because it's a powerful one. It's just here on YouTube that the numbers have been constrained. And anybody who's been following me for years understands that we have videos, live videos with 3,000 people in them, 1,500 people in them, 1,800 people in them. It's just that over time, YouTube has been restricting the views. So I just want y'all to know that, all right? Hit the like button, share it, let everybody know.
Not only will you make a difference.
Hey, did my commercial play? I said, did my commercial play?
I didn't hear it.
All right, but let me know. Because my customer be like, where my commercial?
Hi, Dr. Romney. Thanks for being here. What is betrayal trauma?
So betrayal trauma is a series of reactions that a person will experience, psychological and emotional reactions that a person will experience after a pretty significant and protracted period of betrayal in a close or significant relationship. So, sort of a classical example of betrayal trauma would be, it's not as simple as just somebody cheated on you, but you come to find out they've been cheating on you for 15 years, or they have a child with this other person, or all those years or months or whatever, you suspected they were cheating on you, and you keep bringing it up, like, something doesn't feel right, and they're like, don't be ridiculous, and they come up with all these alibis and gaslight and all of that. It's this fallout that comes after somebody who's been significantly betrayed. It could be something as a public betrayal, that somebody it's not just an infidelity, but maybe an infidelity with a family member, like you're sleeping with your sister kind of thing, or they're behaving in a really inappropriate way, in a public way that could bring shame upon a family. So, again, it tends not to be sort of a one-off. It's something that may have been going on for a very long time, and then a person comes to find out there was this whole big story behind the betrayal. It wasn't just this one thing. It was this whole constellation of things that kind of came together, and it's really destabilizing for a person who goes through it.
Is the term or phrase betrayal trauma something that's being used by clinicians, or is this a layman's term?
No, it's something that clinicians use, and I often view betrayal trauma as something that's very tightly linked in with complex trauma. Not necessarily, it's saying, again, complex trauma has some specific kinds of parameters around what that trauma looks like, but if the betrayal trauma is long-term enough, it sort of has this really kind of big wide web around it, that in essence, a person experiencing betrayal trauma will say, I was married to a stranger, or my family member is a stranger, or it's just sort of this what just happened kind of thing.
Yeah.
And a person kind of walking through their life kind of hollowed out, looking like a deer in the headlights, because it's not just as simple as somebody wakes up one day and says, you know what, this marriage isn't working anymore. It's not that, and you're kind of sad, like, where did this come from? But there is no other person. You really, truly did grow apart. This is something very, very different, sort of deceit upon deceit upon deceit.
I understand that. So how does somebody respond differently from a betrayal trauma versus a more standard trauma, like we're getting a divorce? That can be traumatic. That's a big deal. I
think that what gets tricky is, like, again, this word trauma, and without belaboring it, is like, where do we use it? Somebody saying, hey, we've been growing apart for years, now you want to take this job in a different city. I think we need to talk about, unbraiding this. Is that traumatic? It's certainly stressful. It's certainly upsetting.
Wow! Dr. Romney, taking no prisoners. Hey, lock me up. I am guilty. And I bet some of you are too. Betrayal trauma. It's very heavy. Betrayal trauma within intimate relationships can have a profound and lasting effect on individuals. This show tonight aims to explore the intricate dynamics of betrayal trauma and its impact on the healing process. Additionally, we will try to critically examine the notion that a sincere and remorseful apology holds little meaning to a deeply hurt and unhealed person. By delving into the psychological, emotional, and relational aspects of betrayal, we can gain a deeper understanding of the challenges faced by those affected and potential pathways to healing. Tonight's going to be different. Let me get to my phone line real quick. Who's on? Reggie, Austin, Texas. Texas always shows up.
What's up, man? You asked a bunch of questions before. Let me just start with the couple questions that I can answer. Whenever you lie, I think it shows that you are disconnected from yourself, your physical self, your mental self, your spiritual self.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of those three, or a combination of those three, is off kilter. And because it's off kilter, I don't think all of you meant to do what you did. I think a portion of you meant to do what you did. And because you are out of order with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably why you did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to ask yourself, all right, what scenario prompted me to do what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you can't understand the emotions that you're going through when you're in a certain situation, you may lie to get out of that situation because you can't stand or understand your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And because you can't understand your feelings, you'll tell a lie to kind of just get out of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so examine your mind and say, okay, I was in this situation and it's not bigger than me. and know that the situation and know that your world is not so small, so that you don't react the same way and tell that lie to get out of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes honesty, and it takes courage, and it takes
Integrity, strength.
Absolutely, all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it takes. And to the point that you are honest with yourself, then you begin to heal all those other broken parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that puts the possibility that you can salvage this relationship, because you're starting to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That just makes sense.
Right.
And so now your partner can say, all right, they're working on this part of themselves, and when they get it together, all right, we can be stronger together.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to be there to give you the chance to be your best self.
Wait,
even though you made some mistakes.
Hold on, Reggie, because you cooking and we right up against it. Stay with me, because I need some more of that special sauce, brother. I want y'all to keep calling in. We just got Reggie on the line. Attila, this your topic. Nzinga, get in here. All y'all, come on in. And we 30 minutes in, and only only Nzinga has hit the super chat. Can we get our Twos and Fuse crew to show up and lace us with a little support for tonight's fire topic? I believe this is a fire topic. I believe it's going well, and I think it should be supported. So everybody, hit the like button, hit the share button, and if you get a chance, see that $sign at the bottom of the chat? Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid to show your support. And it's just $2 or $3. If everybody did it, we got a great impact. So let's share tonight, man. This is a good topic. I want y'all to participate. Choose wisely. What up? Call us. Hey, I'm putting a number in. Call us. I'm putting the numbers in. Call us tonight. Who's going to join me in transparency? What up, Jay Thomas? What up, Empress? Truemonger in the building. Nzinga in the building. Jesus Heaven, what up? Yeah, my people in here. Miss AKA, what up? Did anybody in Florida feel the earthquake or aftershocks? Brandon Terry, what up? Pick Me Bree, what up? Uptone Top Shelf, what up? Jeffrey Cherry, what up? What up? JT, hey chat room. I'm at work, but I'm actively listening. What up? Phil Brad, what up? Ahmad, what up? Hey, yo, and all the lurkers that's in the background that may be working, that might be busy or whatever. Anybody that's listening that hasn't said what up, please say what's up. It's free to say hello. Say hello to everybody, because this is a great, great, great topic. and I want to hear from you guys, all right? Third eye on the job, snipers. Not the topic of the show? What happened? Oh, not the topic of the show. Got it. Okay. I'll be lost sometimes, true. We only got one caller? I can't believe it. I need callers tonight, y'all. Why are y'all so quiet? This first hour damn near over. True, you know I'm an old dude. I be forgetting. For more natural disaster drama. Well, call in, AKA. Miss AKA, call in. Hey, Monique, call in. I ain't heard from you in a long time, Monique. Or maybe that was last week. You know people don't want to be honest about themselves. Oh, I know. A lot of times these are hard topics. These are difficult topics. That's why I put myself on the Barbie. Live in 30 seconds, guys. Call us. Man, I would even settle for Sean. Come on, Sean, call us. We got to get a caller. I know it's a hard topic, though.
The voice of reason with Phil Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We really had confrontation, and the I said really was bold. I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down the bone. Tip attack when I'm calling out her trauma. She too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on emergency read. They know it's hard enough the time that I need. Between working or being so crazy, what's the time zone difference? Don't make it easy. So I figured I'd call it early. Turn my life down, mercy. I got praying to me. So just lay back in my hands. So bad. Everybody tuning in. It's over.
What betrayal trauma does to your brain. When someone has been betrayed, let's talk about what betrayal is. Betrayal, we think of course, someone cheating on you, seeing prostitutes, having an affair with your best friend, someone at work, or you're a husband and your wife is cheating on you with your best friend or neighbor or someone like that. That's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of betrayal trauma. We call it partner betrayal trauma. If you want to Google that partner betrayal trauma, you'll find we've done a lot of research on that. And infidelity is part of that. That's one part of betrayal trauma. Another part of partner betrayal trauma is pornography. You think you're living in this great life, and you find that your spouse is using pornography, and that you're not enough, and that what you believed about them isn't true, and then you find out the stuff they're into, and it makes it worse, and your whole life goes upside down. But then there's also a third part of betrayal trauma. The next part of betrayal trauma is intimacy anorexia. You're married to someone who doesn't give you their heart. They're too busy for you. They blame you. They withhold love. They withhold praise. They use anger and silence. If they have sex, they're not connected, or they're not having sex with you. They can't share their feelings with you. And you feel neglected, alone, and unwanted in your own marriage or your relationship. That's another form of trauma. And that part of betrayal trauma is interesting because all three of these traumas have the same statistical impact on the person. Now, we'll get to the brain in just a few minutes, but what this does is it can cause depression, weight gain, or weight loss. It can cause a shutdown of them spiritually and emotionally. It can cause PTSD symptoms. I mean, to the 80 or 90 percentile on those symptoms. Intrusive thoughts, dreams, not wanting to go out and connect with other people, shutting down. The amount of impact that partner betrayal trauma has on the human spirit, soul, and body is massive. When someone's been betrayed, it's like they've been hit by a truck, but there's no blood anywhere. They're crushed inside, their spirit's crushed, their past is crushed. Who they thought they were to this person, who they thought that person was, the holidays, the vacations, the birthdays, all tainted by now a new narrative, a new story. Their present is destroyed because they don't know what they're going to do. Who is this person? Who am I? Do I have the courage to go forward with them? Do I have the courage to leave them? These are all questions that now, existentially, they have to ask that they never thought of before. The whole rug has been taken out from under them, and they've planted their face on the floor, and they're out. They don't know what's real anymore. And if that's not bad enough, their future is destroyed. Financially, they could be totally in a different place. If they leave, if they stay, do they put up with it? Is a person going to get help? Are my kids going to know? Are they going to not know? Are they?
Wow. Woo! Who's going to join me tonight? Call me. Who have you betrayed? How have you betrayed yourself? Who's going to join me tonight in apologizing sincerely to those they have betrayed? I seek the solace and the forgiveness and the understanding of the Almighty Most High source of all that is for my betrayal of my loved ones, of people I've loved, of my significant other, when I betrayed you, I betrayed God. And I betrayed the God in you and the God in me, which is all one God, all one thing. God's angel, God's physical manifestation here on earth. So in apologizing to you, I must apologize to my Creator, because He didn't create me to hurt other aspects of Himself, of itself. So I sincerely apologize from the depths of my heart to all those that I may have betrayed, that I may have lied to. And it ain't no may have, it is. Who's going to join me? For all those that I have hurt, right, that I've made feel less than what they should feel about themselves, I apologize sincerely. Who's going to join me? Tonight's topic, it's a heavy one. I'm trying to put our humanity front and center here on this show. A lot of people, man, swear. I mean, everybody can say, oh, you shouldn't lie. Everybody can say it's wrong, right? Everybody can tell you what to do. You know why? Because there's a limited amount of articulable knowledge out here, right? There's a limited amount of knowledge that can be articulated amongst the masses. It's not a lot of knowledge that can be easily articulated, right? So everybody can say something that looks like the right thing to say, right? Except when it comes to taking your own responsibility for your own missteps. The bigger picture of these types of shows is, how do I maintain a loving relationship with myself and another human being? Key point is human being. Tonight's topic is being betrayed equal to delayed healing. A deeper look at the effects of betrayal trauma within an intimate relationship. This is heavy stuff tonight. Let me get my brother back in here. Reggie, Austin, Texas, get in here and cook.
Man, an honest apology goes a long way.
Yeah.
A long way. When that apology is combined with owning your stuff and owning your part in what you did to make the situation what it is, and what you can do to improve the situation, that all is connected. Because, I mean, you have to have some kind of action to match up with your word.
Break up the phone call.
And you're maintaining the relationship with yourself and with somebody else. And the best from one day to the next is relative.
Mm-hmm.
So give yourself some grace, saying that, okay, my best today may not be my best tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it just continues to grow and grow and grow. But I know if I do the right thing enough times, then I'll develop the best parts of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you can do, man. And going back to what I said before, yeah, it takes courage on your part, but it also takes courage and integrity on the other person's part.
Mm-hmm.
It's combined.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part, because you can control yourself, but you can't control what that other person does.
Right.
So that means y'all gotta be on the same page. That's real.
Right, right. I love it, brother. I appreciate it. Austin, Texas is in the building because of my brother, Reggie. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do, you know the routine, 1-800-920-1580. Monique, Detroit, Michigan. Oh, wait, hold tight. When I come forward, I'm going to Detroit, Michigan. Let's get it.
Texas small landlords who own 12 or fewer residential rental units. The City of LA Emergency Renters Assistance Program is back to help small landlords and is now accepting applications. Apply for up to 6 months of rental arrears for low-income residential tenants behind on rent. Applications will be accepted until October 31st, 2023 at 6 p.m. Go online 24/7 at housing.lacity.org or call 888-793-150 to see if you qualify and apply today. City of LA small landlords. This program is for you.
I want to hear from y'all. Come on. Thank you, sis. Monique's journey. I will call in tonight. However, this topic is too fresh. It's so, I understand. It's hard when you know the betrayer is sincere, and that's, you about to heal somebody, girl. But as the one being betrayed, you don't know what to do. I understand. I understand.
When applying for COVID rental assistance, you've got a second chance. Under the terms of a new settlement, California's Housing and
Monique,
Community Development
thank you, babe.
Department agreed to audit its past denials. The program ended in March 2022.
Come on, we can. Hey, I feel like
Alliance of Californians for
we can heal
Community
some people
Empowerment,
tonight.
Policy Link, and Live in a minute.
I feel like we can heal some people tonight.
According to the coalition's analysis of state data,
Monique,
the
I
department
need
rejected
you.
30% of all applicants. Under the settlement, the department agreed to clear all renters
But I
in the
understand.
pipeline within 6 months. The settlement applies to anyone who sought assistance from the state's Housing is Key program before April 1st, 2022, whose applications is pending or was denied after June 6, 2022. Tenants who have questions about the status of their application can call the hotline at 833-430-2122. That's 833-430-2122. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Arf, arf. Hey, the voice of reason. My playlist is my co-host, man. Don't you dog me. Come on, man. Y'all don't know hip hop was this fun back in the day, but the record and the song is very poignant, and it's apropos for tonight's topic, man. Gosh, is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? Heavy stuff. We got callers all over the place, man. I want to get them in here right now. Monique, Detroit, Michigan. Get in here.
Hey, how you doing this evening?
I'm alive and well. How are you?
Oh, this topic is the reason why you haven't heard from me.
Talk to me.
So, I'm going to be real transparent here, and I have my sister here from Atlanta, so I can do this.
Okay.
But,
Try not to cut.
No cursing.
I don't curse like that.
Okay, cool. Like that, though. Okay, we good.
No, I'm used to switching back and forth. You know how we're professionals at that. So, basically, when you know that the betrayer is sincere and remorseful, and you know that maybe it was done because of the wounds they have, you know, be it abandonment and things of that nature, and you're the betrayed, and you don't know how to feel in that moment because you have your own situations, wounds, and issues. I know that it's only been like 18 months since I encountered this visual challenge, and I think that maybe that made me show up in a different fashion than what I'm used to showing up as, but not necessarily saying that the past was the right way to show up. So trying to trying to go forward in an authentic manner and dealing with the visual challenge, I maybe think you can contribute to what the betrayer did, but then you can't look inside yourself, and it makes you feel like, this is like 3 weeks old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now you're at a place where betrayer is sincere and it is remorseful, but at being betrayed, I don't know, like showing up now, it's like I'd rather just be quiet because I don't know if I forgive, what am I going to feel like? I don't usually give people those type of chances. I have friends, family members, and I haven't really said this to many because to me, you don't hear a lot of things, but I've had someone very close to me like, this is not, Nick, you can be kind of mean sometimes, you can shut people down and just be done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, but do I do that now? It's because I'm looking at this person, I know they're sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's long distance, I think I don't have to look at it, every day.
Right.
And you have the pleading, like, I'm going through something every day, but because you haven't dealt with your wounds of abandonment as a child, at birth, how can me being betrayed? I got to heal too.
So let's go into it just a little bit. It's okay to have empathy for the betrayer. It's okay. But if you're still wrestling with feelings of self-worth or inadequacy, you really need to take the time to work on you. Like you can't, put salve on your spiritual wounds. And I'm learning this from my own experience, right? I'm learning this from, you can't take time, to rub somebody else's back when you can't reach your own. So I think it's important that, you make sure that you do what's best for you, right? And if that's taking time, if that's self-care, if that's disappearing for a while, whatever you need to get your spirit back in alignment with your understanding of it, you've got to do that. And go ahead. No, I'm saying, and someone who is a sincerely remorseful betrayer, they may come in with this energy like me. I'll come in with the energy of, come on, we can do it. We can fix it. We can heal it. Let's go, pep talk time. But the reality of it is, that's just because I want it to be fixed. I want it to be healed. I feel guilty because it was broken because of my actions anyway. But the reality of it is, to heal from betrayal trauma, there must be space and distance. And that's a lesson that even I had to learn, right? There must be space, regardless of what my desire is. You must create space for the partner to be able, for the betrayed person to be able to just sit in it and start processing through it for themselves, because they can't do that and do it for the betrayer. Your thoughts?
I see, well, and I agree with you because I feel like you sit. Unfortunately, when I shut down, I shut down. That's why my sister is here from Atlanta, and I think this would not have happened if the visual challenge wasn't there, because now it may be that, I'm thinking, like you said, your self-worth and your self-esteem, goes down just, a tad bit. And I don't think the person's not a pep talk person, but I just feel like everybody needs to stand still for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
To see what is going to, what's going to happen. Like you said, I have to heal spiritually in all areas because it affected everything at the moment. And I just felt like, I have this visual talent and I'm dealing with making a living, being independent, and, operating on a certain level. People tell me, oh, I forget that you can't really see anymore. I thought the way you operate, but they don't even understand the challenge from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. And I think that with the betrayer, I need to put him in a space where he needs to see that, because they're the main person. Because I keep forgetting, because you operate so well. So you think it's going to be, like you said, I'm going to have empathy for you and not kill myself. If indeed I am good, I haven't, sometimes you haven't decided if you're going to forgive.
Right.
And then you may forgive and just think that the trust, or, it still may be over.
Right.
And it doesn't mean, just because someone does something doesn't mean that you can't forgive them.
Right.
You still move on.
Right. Monique, you brought Detroit, Michigan in the building. I appreciate you so much for your call. Thank you for your transparency. This is a heavy topic tonight. We appreciate everybody for calling in. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, more from the phone lines. Don't you dog me. Thank you, Nzinga. We're at $26.99. I hope we get more people to hit that super chat. We've been trying to get back to what we were doing early on, and that was at least $100 a show. We're at $26.99. Can we get that now? Can I get all my people who care about this platform? It's 44 people in here. Everybody drop a 5 spot. We can do it. Do that for your brother. Let's get it. That super chat button is right there. It's a little $sign. I'm about to be quiet in this church before they kick me out. I don't want to get... My brother Chase is hitting me, man. Thank you for this topic, because I would not have looked inside if it had not been brought up today. Thank you, True Monger. You got us to $31.99. Brother, I appreciate you. I seriously do. I love it when you call in, True. I see you on the line right now. Hey, y'all continue to call in. Don't be afraid to call in and share your thoughts, okay? I'm gonna tell you, man, one of the heaviest things that I go through, man, that I've gone through is feeling like you ain't shit because you hurt one of God's angels. I struggle with that because I know I didn't incarnate on planet Earth to hurt other angels. Like I got a purpose, right? I got a purpose, and that purpose is to heal. You guys see me living my purpose right now. My purpose is in live action right now on the radio. Heru Ali, thank you, brother. You see me night in and night out. I used to tell my girl all the time, I'd be like, listen, man, I don't like getting compliments from people online because I'm not a perfect person. And so many people tell me, man, you helped me, you changed my life, you did this and that, you saved my marriage. That shit hurts my heart when I get those messages, because the guilt that I feel, hurting God's angels or having hurt one of God's angels. It's heavy shit, man.
baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was going to kiss her. This was a way up there. I'm pregnant. Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad routine. How does he maintain his verbosity? Why can't you open up, brother?
We're at 41.99. Good job, people.
How do you make women so well?
So will you. Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
You couldn't brace yourself because you never saw it coming. You didn't have your guard up because you thought you were safe. It never crossed your mind that the person you loved, you trusted, you felt safe with would ever hurt you. So because of that, you gave your heart, your love, your loyalty, your trust. And then one day, out of the blue, you make a painful discovery, and that one life-altering moment gets forever tattooed on your mind and on your heart. It's as if the person you loved, the one you trusted, just took a mask off, revealing who they've really been this whole time. Your heart breaks, and the pain is so raw, so real, so all-consuming, you can barely breathe. You feel like you got sucker punched. Nothing makes sense. So you frantically start questioning everything, including yourself. How did this happen? How did I not know? The shock, the lies, the deception. You feel so rejected, so abandoned, so alone. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to feel. You don't know what to do. The only thing you know for sure is that life will never be the same. That's what it feels like to be blindsided by betrayal. How do I know? Because that's what happened to me, along with millions of other people who struggle to make sense and recover from one of the most painful of the human experiences. It was my betrayal, first from my family, and then from my husband, that had me feeling just like that. I felt so sad, so hurt, so confused. And that confusion sent me on a search for answers. I was desperate to understand how the mind works, why we do what we do, and how I could heal. That search led to a PhD program in transpersonal psychology. That's the psychology of transformation and human potential. And while I was there, I did a study. I studied how we experience betrayal, what holds us back, what helps us heal, and what happens to us physically, mentally, and emotionally when the people closest to us lie, cheat, deceive. That study led to 3 groundbreaking discoveries. The first was that healing from betrayal is very different than healing from other life crises, death of a loved one, disease, natural disaster. With any crisis, we grieve, we're sad, we mourn. But because betrayal feels so intentional, we take it so personally. So the whole self has to be rebuilt. Rejection, abandonment, belonging, confidence, worthiness, trust, they all have to be rebuilt. So that type of healing needed its own name, which is now called post-betrayal transformation. The second discovery: while we can stay stuck for years, decades, a lifetime, and many of us do, if we're going to heal, we're going to move through 5 stages. What's even more exciting is now we know what happens at every stage, physically, mentally, emotionally, and we know what it takes to move from one stage to the next. So now healing isn't just hopeful or possible, it's predictable. I'll never forget handing my research over to my study chair, who read it and said, "Debbie, I believe you've discovered a process here." That was the moment I knew that millions of people would find comfort in knowing that there's a systematic approach to healing from something they thought they'd never recover from. The third discovery: there's a collection of symptoms, physical, mental, and emotional, so common to betrayal, it's known as post-betrayal syndrome. Now here's the big misconception. We've been taught time heals all wounds. That's not true. Within 1 year, we've had over 4,000 people take the post-betrayal syndrome assessment quiz on our site to see to what extent they're still struggling. Every age, so many different countries. And there's a question that reads, is there anything else you'd like to share? Besides reading about the pain, the heartbreak, the physical, mental, and emotional symptoms left in the wake of this type of trauma, people write things like, my betrayal happened 35 years ago, I'm unwilling to trust again. My betrayal happened 40 years ago.
Wow. Heavy Heavy, man. Heavy, heartbreaking stuff, man. Betrayal sticks to our spirit like a barnacle on the hide of a California gray whale. Betrayal trauma occurs when an individual experiences a profound breach of trust within an intimate relationship. This can manifest in various forms, such as infidelity, deception, or emotional manipulation. The effects of betrayal trauma are far-reaching, often leading to feelings of shock, anger, sadness, and a loss of self-worth. The depth of the betrayal can significantly impact the healing process, making it crucial to explore the significance of a sincere and meaningful and remorseful apology. Sometimes the hurt is so deep. Sometimes the hurt is so profound that they can't even feel the spiritual energy of an authentic, meaningful apology. And you can't blame them. Healing is complex. Healing from betrayal trauma, of course, it's a multifaceted process, and it involves addressing both the emotional and the cognitive aspects of the individual's experience, right? While a sincere and remorseful apology is essential, right? It's an essential component of the healing journey. It's not a panacea, right, for the deep wounds caused by betrayal. The hurt individual may struggle to trust the sincerity of the apology due to the profound breach of trust. You know, emotional healing is very difficult because you have to understand vulnerability itself means the wound. From its etymological root, vulnerability, the word means wound, means pain. So when you open up, you hurt. So can you see, when people have been betrayed, right, by even good people like me, a person who has no intention to hurt anybody, but when your shadow creeps up on you and chokes you out in a moment when you're supposed to make a decision, there are no excuses for it. You still do what you want to do, right? It's hard for people to say, wow, how can I love again? How can I open up to you again? How can I trust you again? Do you understand? Emotional healing is a vital aspect of the recovery process. The deeply hurt individual may be grappling with a range of emotions, including anger, sadness, and fear. These emotions can hinder their ability to fully accept and internalize an apology, as they may question the authenticity and long-term commitment to the change. Therefore, it is crucial, it is critical, it is vital for the betrayer to demonstrate consistency in their actions over time to rebuild trust and facilitate healing. Does betrayal have a purpose that is rooted in self-actualization? 1-800-920-1580. We got callers from all over the country. Let's get them in here. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. He's been on the longest. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, brother.
Oh, man. Yeah, betrayal serves a purpose. And it does delay healing as long as you allow it to. Now, everybody's going to process it differently, of course. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you how long you let it control you or hold you up from
moving forward and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's guilty of it, whether it was intentional or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think the majority of the time they are intentional, but there may be times where the intention wasn't bad, but the betrayal happens anyway.
Right.
Could be that you said something that you didn't necessarily mean, or is not presented correctly, if that makes sense.
Right.
Or you done something
Right.
with good intentions and it's not what your partner may have wanted, or whoever it is may have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They may take that as a betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some things people will forgive sooner than others,
Mm-hmm.
but it's up to them.
Right.
Now, if you're sincere about making that mistake or whatnot, all you can really do is your part. Apologize sincerely, then you gotta keep going.
Right.
You can't hold yourself up, wait for them to forgive you, because it's up to them at that point.
Right.
How you conduct yourself and how you handle yourself going forward is on you.
No, I got you. I appreciate it, brother. Guess what you just did?
What's that, sir?
You know you brought Dallas, Texas in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. Let me just say, I appreciate each and every one of the callers that are calling in tonight, because I know this is not a lightweight topic. I know this is a heavy topic, and a lot of hearts are out there feeling this right now. And I understand why some people are reluctant to call in, because they might be going through it right now. But I want to send a shout out and say thank you to all who are listening to the VOR tonight. This is a different kind of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends and family, hey, Ghetto Gourmet, you know you got to get in here too. I'm expecting you to drop bombs. Hey, you got to get in here. Attila, I got to go to Nikki first, then I'm coming to you. All right? All right? All right, all right. I'm appreciative of everybody that's up in here, man. I'm appreciative of everybody that's doing their thing. We're at $41.99. If we can make it to our $100 mark, hey, we're less than $60 away. Like I said, if you are getting something from this show, put up an emoji. Latoya Young, I thank you. Latoya Young, thank you. If you are getting something from this show, please put up an emoji and let me know how this show makes you feel. All right? If you are getting something from this show, please let me know how the show is making you feel. Attila, what does that emoji mean? Well, I appreciate that. I just don't want people to see me as any better than, or I don't want people to put me on a pedestal in any way, shape, or form. Because as I stated, day one of this show, I'm not perfect. So I don't want anybody to hear the show and maybe be moved by the show, or okay, I just, John Gilbreth, Third Eye, keep it to yourself, pimp. Third Eye, I don't know what I'm gonna get. John Gilbreth, hit us with a 50 ball, man. We appreciate that. We're at 94-34 because of you. 1 minute third eye is blocking. Ghetto Gourmet. Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. Woo! Come on, man. Come on. We out here different tonight. Yo, man, this is a real heavy topic. And I think it's important that, we discuss, you know, the severity of what happens, when this happens, right? In relationships, right? Cognitive healing, right? We're talking about, does this betrayal trauma create a delayed ability to heal? And what I'm trying to paint here, the picture that I'm trying to paint here is really simple. And that picture is, if you betrayed someone, and like I said, this is a lesson that I'm learning, that I've learned, but I'm learning, right? If you betrayed someone, you got to give them all the time they need. Because as one of the clips that we played earlier stated, time doesn't heal the wounds. It's the work that they put in that heals the wounds. But you still got to give them as much time as they need in order to be able to do that. Which is why I led with cognitive healing involves, cognitive healing involves the reconstruction of one's beliefs, perceptions, and expectations surrounding relationships, right? So they need time to be able to say, let me rebuild myself kind of from the ground up. Heavy topic. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Nikki from Mississippi. Oh, here we go.
Good evening.
Nikki, welcome to the show. How are you? Thank you for being here.
How are you?
I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think the answer to is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? For sure, yes. But I think part of why the answer is yes is because betrayal at its base is deceit and deception. And that's a dark place. So it's going to take us, all of us, any of us, some time to sit with that on two levels. If you are the one betrayed or the one doing the betraying. That's two levels of darkness to sit with. Proverbs says the heart of persons who seek to betray harbor deceit. And there are 7 abominations that fill the heart of deceivers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of dark heavy. Particularly if you're, intentionally doing it
Mm-hmm.
to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you consider all of that, it's like, to me, when a person has a heart attack,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at their heart tissue when they pass away, the place where the heart attack occurred is discolored.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves its mark.
Mm-hmm.
The betrayal leaves its mark residue on the spirit of us, on either side,
Mm-hmm.
receiver or giver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a heavy place to have a residue.
Mm.
And you continue to live, grow, and attempt to heal the wounds. If you're the person doing it, hopefully there's some level of consciousness you recognize to correct it and say that I am sorry to whoever perpetrated it on. But I think part of why it may be hard for people to receive the I'm sorry
Mm-hmm.
is because that darkness in the act of betraying the person, there's a numbness that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe as you heal and go along the way, particularly if you're somebody who believes time heals it all, which we know it doesn't, there may be still that numbness
Mm-hmm.
that makes it difficult in your heart spirit to receive. Not that you don't think they're being genuine, it's not even that.
Right.
But that residue was so heavy
Right.
for you, it's difficult for you to appear to receive their I'm sorry.
Mm.
Like you don't have a place to put it because the place where the go is still numb.
Right. Scorched.
Complete
Yeah.
dark
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah. 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 I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. You cooking, Mickey. Mickey. Girl, keep going. I need this. We all need this. Come on. Keep going.
Well, I mean, you have to have a salve in the spirit to heal, to help lift. I mean, it's dark like that. It's such a... if we are created in God's image, there's no place in ourselves for deceit. That doesn't come from the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, whichever one you recognize.
Mm-hmm.
So, to repair oneself, having accepted something that is so far removed from what you're created to be,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to take a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Some of us have been
a lot
possessed.
is based on each person. Everybody's a lot is different.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense when I hear the other caller call in earlier and say, man, that just messed up everything. All my whole forward progress, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Screech it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not even of us. We're not supposed to have that.
Right.
The whole spirit of you rejects that deception
Mm.
and the 7 abominations that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no place in us to put that.
But wouldn't you argue too that it also affects the betrayer in the same way? Because
Correct.
yes.
That's why I said true darkness places.
Mm.
Because if it happened to you from a friend or an intimate relationship, husband, wife, significant other,
Mm-hmm.
if you saw it coming and you're watching this person doing this deceiving, going, where's that?
Mm-hmm.
And why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to go, okay, it will be hard. I won't like it. I will resist it. I will cry. But don't do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that tears you apart too, and you're not even seeing that part.
Mm.
Okay, if you don't see it coming, okay, well, now I got to learn the lesson so that I can pay attention to what happened while I got hit by a Mack truck in a place. That's why we don't see it, I think. It's so far removed from where we were created to be and understand what the other person is supposed to be to me in that creation. You're not supposed to be trying to kill me in the spirit this way.
Wow. Wow. Woo.
That's what that is, slaying another person in the spirit. And some people never recover from that type of slaying in the spirit. Never. It takes them going back to God to get right.
Right. Right. Nikki, you know, ma'am, sister, goddess,
Sir?
guru, Lord have mercy. You know what you did tonight?
I brought the sip in the building.
You brought the sip in the building. Listen, if you want to, I thank you, Nikki. Lord have mercy. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The VOR is on complete inferno fire. Woo! Thank you guys for the super chats. We are real close to something right now. Hopefully we could get maybe 30, 40 more bucks. That would be cool. But I'm appreciative of everybody, man, that's showing love right now. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. You guys are cooking. I really appreciate you guys. What do you guys think about tonight's topic? I'm making changes as well. I will be chatting less and focusing on the content. Well, that's what the content is for. To be honest, that's what the content is for. Thank you. Thank you. It's a headbanger for sure. And Nikki hit the nail deep, as did Ghetto Gourmet and Reggie and True Monger the other day. Yeah, they was killing too. We appreciate the big time support that you guys have laid out, man. Thank you guys so much for that. Not sure if I will ever heal. Hey, none of us are. None of us are. It is a process. Ever seen a blind man cross the road? Heavy as a hurt soul. You ain't lying, John Gilbreth. Kintsukuroi is what it's called, or kintsugi, the process of gold joinery. I wrote about it in my 2015 relationship dismount book. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can be. So listen, this small group of people in here today, we had almost 500 people in my chat earlier today. You guys are $20 away from basically doing what they did earlier today. You guys are just $20 away. That's crazy. And it's only 37 of y'all in here right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you. Last one.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-times hit. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected. Neglected my effort of her with no trust. Pretty games and affairs that be tearing us up. When things are picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need a little
What's up, guys? Today I'm talking about why relationships are so freaking hard during recovery and what happens in a relationship in the early stages of the recovery process. Relationships can be beneficial for recovery, they can be detrimental to recovery. So the early parts of treatment, oftentimes a couple will come in together and say, hey, we got this problem, let's fix this. Sometimes it's better to separate out individuals, have them work on their own individual recovery, and then come back together and work on the relationship. But I want to just talk you through what happens in a relationship and why it's so difficult.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building, live from KBLA Talk 1580. This topic has been on complete fire all night long. Let's get the creator of the topic in the building right now, Attila, Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Hey, Uncle Joe, how are you?
Hey, what up, what up, what up, what up? How you doing?
I'm well. So real quick, I just kind of wanted to share, I guess, the inspiration behind this topic.
Yes, please.
So I was reading one of Krishnamurti's books, Freedom from the Known, and he has a quote in there where he says, you can have marvelous experiences and yet be completely deluded.
Yes.
And so that's kind of like, that kind of hit me very hard. And I was like, so what are some times where you can be completely deluded in a relationship, or just in connections with people, and, the reality not really match what you're outpicturing, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so then betrayal popped in my mind.
Right. I'm listening. Come on, you give me more.
Okay. So another thing, I like the way that you posed the question, right? So you said, is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? So one thing I would add is that it's the way the question is written kind of makes me think of like a chicken or the egg scenario. And what I mean by that is, like, being betrayed causes you to maybe heal slower because the wounds are so deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I wonder, can you, having been done wrong in the past or have delayed healing from a different wound, can that cause you to betray someone in the future? So, like, to me, they kind of connect in that way.
I think what you're saying is, if you still are unhealed from your own issues, can you go out and hurt other people? And I think this is what connects to the whole hurt people thing.
Correct.
Yeah. So I really think, until you really reconcile with self, it's going to be hard to do. And again, I think that's the hardest fight you're ever going to have, is that fight with self, right? Like where you pull yourself to the side and you really reprimand your own spirit for the things that, it may have brought to the table to somebody else's life, right? Especially if you care. If you care, right? Some people don't even care how their spirit kind of just spills into other people's spirit, right? But if you care, you're going to feel that. That's why they say, I like the way, I think we should find it. Bishop T.D. Jakes talks about how the betrayer doesn't get away. Like the betrayer is not off the hook. Over the next break, we're going to find it. And I want to play that little clip, a little piece of it, because I think he puts it so succinctly to understand exactly that, you're going to hurt somebody else until you reconcile what's happening with you. And when you hurt somebody else, you think you're off the hook because they're the one that got hurt. But really, you're going to feel the reverberations of their pain as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's going to find its way back to you. That's what the Hindu called karma, right? Which is a Sanskrit word for action. You're going to find it. The boomerang is on its way, basically.
That's
Well,
something else I want to add.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Sorry?
No, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, something else I want to add too in regards to betrayal or being in a situation where you're being betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of a double-edged sword to me, because at least I can think back to times where I was betrayed, and that's kind of why I asked that question, what did you ignore, prior to being betrayed?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest thing is that we betray ourselves first, I believe, before someone else betrays us. So you're taking your intuition and the things that you know to be right within your spirit, and replacing that with whatever it is that they're offering you, so to speak, or whatever it is you believe you're being offered. And so, especially when you're talking about within childhood and family systems, you know, being betrayed by someone that is supposed to be your caretaker, I think is like, for me, that's been really hard coming to that realization. Because essentially, if I can't trust them, and if I'm being trained or groomed in such a way where I can't even trust myself because I've been gaslit so many times, like, how do I walk into a relationship in a way that is functional, if that makes sense?
Therapy, Dr. Jashana Johnson. You know, because you got to dig into that. That's like a soil inside the soul that needs to be overturned. So you know how you stick a shovel into the soil and you overturn the soil? So imagine, right, that's in your spirit. All right, you can get with Dr. Jashana Johnson. You can get with Dr. Sunshine. You can get with Dr. Zimmerman. You could get with Dr. Pacoya Robinson. I got a lot of doctors on deck. You can get with Dr. Alan Berger. But you got to put the soul, you got to put the shovel in the soul of your soul, in the soil of your soul, and kind of overturn it and dig it up and then embrace it and reconcile it. Otherwise, you know, you're going to carry that into the relationship. Does that make sense?
100%. 100%.
Well, we appreciate you for creating this topic for us tonight. And guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
H-Town, where it always goes down. We appreciate you. Thank you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Guess who showed up? LA just showed up. Daryl from Los Angeles. When I come forward, I'm talking to you. We good, Sir Jinx. $30. Ooh, that playlist hit different. My playlist is my co-host. The VOR is live from KBLA Talk 1580. Heavy topic tonight. We've been killing all night. This show has flown by. Is being betrayed equal to delayed healing? And yes, man, we're on fire tonight and people got something to say. And we got our first Los Angeles caller in the building right now. LA in the house. Daryl, get in here.
Yes, sir. Had to bring LA into the building tonight.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to make it real quick. I got to jump into work. But that said, I believe, now this is just the way I handle it. I was cheated on when I was 15 because I was dating this girl that was 19, and she cheated on me. That was the first time I had ever been cheated on, and it hurt like hell. You can't take a pill for it, nothing.
Right.
So I swore to myself I would never be hurt like that again by a woman. Now, this is just the way I handle it. Now, that's not to say I was the last time I was cheated on, because I've been cheated on and I done cheated. So basically what I'm saying is the best way to get over that is to forgive yourself first. Don't even worry about their fault. No, it means nothing to me. I forgive myself first. And then for making that choice of person, even though that person may have morphed into, cheating because they found some other interest somewhere, whatever, if your bond wasn't strong enough to resist it, then they had to, go ahead and dilute your relationship with somebody else. Then they just gave me the foresight to see that that's not the one for me. Right. Okay, so you cheated. Okay, fine. Don't even worry about it, Paul. I ain't looking for that. I'm looking to forgive myself. Once I forgive myself, I'll forgive them, and then the residue is gone. It ain't easy. It's going to cut like a knife because the first cut is always the deepest. But if you don't have 2 or 3 cuts, it's just like a keloid scar. You can't feel it anymore. If you cut yourself in the same place 3 times, you can't feel the 3rd cut. It won't even bleed. It's a keloid scar. And that's what it'll leave on your spirit and your heart. So that way, by forgiveness is the salve that you put on it. Because it's going to be there no matter what you do. It's still going to be there. And I don't never, go into a relationship thinking it's impossible for somebody to cheat on me. I don't feel that. And maybe that lessens the depth of my love for that person, but I gotta insulate myself. I don't want to feel that pain like that again. And I can't go that deep with somebody that blind without seeing the signs before that. Like the women got the intuition and stuff like that. I mean, there's usually some signs somewhere, and then some people are just totally blindsided. And those are the ones that get devastated. Like I was when I was 15. Come on, man, with age come wisdom. Right. So it's possible because you hear about it all the time. You just haven't thought that it would happen to you, and that's what's so devastating to some people. But the best way to get above that and to stay above the heartbreak, it's going to still hurt, I ain't gonna lie. But you got to forgive yourself first for choosing that person.
Hey, Daryl. Daryl, you know what you just did? You brought Los Angeles, the city of angels, in the building. We appreciate the call. Man, tonight's callers have been on fire, man, complete fire. And again, we don't have all the answers to the topics that we pose, but we just want to encourage and foster, non-judgmental, open-ended conversation and I know these conversations are difficult conversations because normally we don't have them regularly, in our private lives. That's why I tried to bring that to the radio. But it's tonight's topic was a heavy, heavy burden for a lot of people to even listen to. But let's factor in the role of empathy and understanding. Empathy and understanding play a pivotal role in the healing process. The betrayer must demonstrate genuine empathy towards the hurt individual's pain and validate their emotions. This validation can help bridge the gap between the apology and the individual's ability to accept it. Without empathy and understanding, the apology may be perceived as insincere or dismissive, further delaying that person's healing process. But also, what I learned is if you mention or if you bring up something from the past that is associated to that particular betrayal trauma infraction, it's almost like putting them in a time machine and taking them back to the moment they first discovered it. So it's kind of best to not even reference what happened in the past, because it can re-trigger, like it can bring things back up. Understand this too, the power of time and patience. Healing from betrayal trauma is not a linear process, and I stress this, it cannot be rushed. This is another lesson that I had to fail in order to learn. It cannot be rushed, okay? Time and patience are essential components of the person's healing journey, and you got to give them as much as they need. Whether they're working on themselves or not, you just got to give them space. The deeply hurt individual needs space to process their emotions, rebuild their sense of self, and gradually open themselves up to the possibility of forgiveness. Again, a sincere apology coupled with consistent actions, considerate actions, respectful actions, compassionate actions, empathetic actions can contribute to the healing process, but it cannot expedite it. In conclusion, the impact of betrayal trauma within intimate relationships is profound and complex. We already know that. While a sincere and remorseful apology is an important step towards healing, it cannot single-handedly expedite the process. Emotional and cognitive healing, empathy and understanding, and the passage of time with work all play a crucial role in the journey towards healing. By acknowledging this multifaceted process, right, and the process of betrayal trauma, we can begin to support individuals in their pursuit of healing and restoration within intimate relationships. It's just going to take a little time. And let me just say, man, Andy, can I find this? I'm going to try to find this quick little clip. Hopefully we can play this on our way out. TD Brother Jakes, right? I love TD Jakes because he's a Gemini like me. TD Jakes on betrayal, right? And let me see if we could get that, because I'm trying to find the little clip, but I can't find it. If you go to YouTube, you can find it. I think what is it? Bruised Love? Is that what it is? Bruised Love. I think that's the video where he talks about betrayal. And it's very heavy, man. It's a very heavy piece. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send another clip to Andy right now. Andy, if you could, and if you would you play this clip on our way out? Because I feel like it'll cap off this show nicely. Here it is right here. Hopefully we'll have enough time to get it up and on. But you already know what's next. Jill Monroe. You already know who she is and what she's about. RSVP with Jill Monroe. I had the fire. She's going to keep the fire. We appreciate everybody for tapping in and tuning in. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another slapper.
Is wide spread. The interesting thing about betrayal is it usually happens from a kiss. In other words, there's a front, there's a pretension, there's a... Later people will believe you. Who said that? Hitler. When somebody mentions their name, you feel like you need... And I don't put my trust in the women.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. All right.